Hello fellow YouTubers, welcome to this video, which is, as evident by the title, Extreme Rules Review. So, I'm just going to jump right in. I thought it was interesting during the pre-show, Corey Graves, he mentions internet fans, and if memory recalls, he said something like, oh, the internet fans aren't going to be happy with AJ Styles losing tonight. Wow! Just surprised he actually said it like that. It was pretty interesting, big cast, pretty much destroyed the Dudleys by himself. Not understanding the point of that, but okay, we don't really need the Dudleys anyway. Send them back to TNA. The Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler match, Baron Corbin won. He won pretty quickly, if I remember correctly. The match was pretty boring until the nut shot. That was how he won. He really got a hold of that uppercut right in the nuts and hit the ends near or whatever his finishing move's name is, and won. And that was the pre-show. So Baron Corbin's finally done with that awful feud, I hope. Then there was the Club versus Usos, and the Club won. The one thing that I really disliked about this match, because realistically I think this was probably the second best match of the night. And the worst part about it was they kept going for the stupid Boot of Doom move. They hit it really early on, and I was all like, okay, cool, now they can focus on the one Uso. But it's kind of better that it didn't work out like that way, because it was really high impact, a lot of things were going on for a while, didn't really slow down, it was a great opener to the night, but they went for this move 3 times? No comment, I guess, but the Club wins pretty cleanly. Then Rusev won the United States Championship against Kalisto. This is one of the only 2 matches I got wrong. And really there isn't much to say. Really boring. Really tired of Kalisto. Really tired of this Kalisto versus Big Guy storyline. So I'm glad he lost the belt. Hopefully Cena doesn't come back to squash Rusev for the US title. The one thing of note is that Rusev locked in an Accolade, and he was like falling back. He had it locked in. I was like, whew. But then there was the New Day versus the Vaudevillains, and the New Day won, just like I told you guys they would. The one cool part of this match would be the way Simon Gotch sold one of the Enziguris, and he kind of like delayed it, and then he just kind of like fell back. I liked it. The Miz retained in the IC title Fatal 4-Way. This would be the 3rd best match on the night, because it was really hard not to like this match. But, like right from the beginning, Sami Zayn hits a haluva kick on Kevin Owens within like 2 seconds of the bell ringing. It was high impact from beginning to end, but as I said, Miz was going to use some shenanigans to win. I can't remember how it happened. Wasn't really that memorable on how he won, but he used shenanigans to win, and that's all that matters. Obviously, you'll continue having your Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens feud because nothing got settled there, and we'll continue having Miz Cesaro most likely, unless either you have Baron Corbin come up, but he's a heel, so there's nowhere for him to really go right now. So unless he feuds with Dean Ambrose, which is a great segue into the next match. Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho was like the 2nd main event to this card, and this match really sucked, to be honest. And I know people are going to argue with me on this one, but it kind of felt really long. Maybe it was just me not really caring for the feud. Maybe it was me not really caring for the performers and the match. I don't know. But it just felt like the match just would not end. And part of it, I think, was that they were trying to use like all the weapons. And there were a few cool moments, like with the fire extinguisher being used. Mitch didn't get used. I'm kind of like... But really, the match didn't pick up until the bucket came down. And the bucket, you're like, well, why is he grabbing a bucket? What damage is a bucket going to do? And he opens, and the moment he opened it, I'm like, well, there's got to be tacks in there. There's got to be. And of course, there were. And that was really cool. Glad they came back. Dropped the tacks. And at first, I'm like, okay, it's going to be like the table spot. What was it, TLC? I think it was TLC, where they lit the table on fire and then nothing happened with it. That's kind of what I was expecting to happen, but it was the deciding part of the match, really. There was a drop one of the tacks, and you could see Jericho was like legitimately bleeding on his arm, and that was pretty cool. Ambrose won. Nothing happened afterwards, which is really weird because normally when Dean Ambrose ends a feud, he either ends it because another opponent has lined up for him, or one interferes in the match. So I'm wondering what's going to happen with Dean Ambrose. Because really, beating Chris Jericho shouldn't be that much anymore. But I guess, and this is just me being hopeful, maybe they're going to start a feud with him and Baron Corbin. That'd be the way to do it, I think. Then you have Charlotte versus Natalya. And as I told you guys before on the preview show, I guess, Charlotte was going to win. There wasn't really going to be any shenanigans, but there were. But it was just Dana Brooks. Who the hell is Dana Brooks? Was she in NXT or something? I'm really curious here because I have no idea who she is. And she just kind of like randomly showed up. And now she's partnering with Charlotte. Which is kind of weird because partnering with Charlotte hasn't helped anybody. I mean, you figure when Becky Lynch was partnered with her, she attacked Becky Lynch and Paige, and it's whatever, I guess. I mean, you only really have like 2 heel divas, and now they're on the same side. So, like Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch, they can't team up. Who the hell knows? They're not thinking. But realistically, we're all here for one reason. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, before the main event, this pay-per-view was not shaping up to be that good. But man, oh man, that main event. I mean, jeez. You know, I was pumped because AJ Styles came out and I was jamming to his theme music like, they ain't want none, they ain't want none. You know, you're getting really into it, and Roman Reigns comes out and I'm kind of like, And then the match happened, and I'm sorry guys, how in the hell do you boo Roman Reigns? Because I'm not understanding it anymore. Reigns always puts on good matches. I'm like really confused. His match with Big Show at Extreme Rules last year was really good. His match against AJ Styles tonight was really good. You seeing a pattern yet? People like bad-mouthing him, yet like every one-on-one match he's had at a pay-per-view has been good. I get that he's getting that rocket push, but like every other match on the card had the result you wanted. Well, aside from The Miz retaining, but The Miz retaining made sense because then you can continue your Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn feud. So, why are you guys angry? But Reigns wins, and I was loving it. Like, realistically, you knew the match couldn't end until the club came out. So, before then, it was kind of, except for that one spot where Reigns had AJ and he just bangs him on the side of the ring, and I'm like, oh snap. And then the one on the barricade looked really bad. You could see AJ catching himself. Just, it wasn't that good. But then he slams him on the announce table, and keep in mind this announce table had the protective cover on the top of it, and then it broke. I'm like, oh snap. I mean, if Randy Orton could figure out how to break a table once in his career on the first try, I mean, Reigns has broken 3 on one try in the last, like, 2 weeks. But, the club came out. Really, I'm not liking the club, to be honest. Hate on me in the comment section, go for it. Then the Usos came out, and that's another team I don't really like, but it's whatever. But, Reigns won, and okay, I really liked this match. I did. Best match of the night, without question. Probably like one of the best matches I've seen of the year so far. But it doesn't make sense because Reigns took 2 Styles clashes. One just a regular and one on the steel chair. And I'm kind of like, you know, whichever Uso was pulled AJ away. It wasn't long enough to where it should have broken the pinfall up. I mean, if you think, what was it, like WrestleMania 19? when Triple H fought Booker T. Hits him with a pedigree, and it takes like 5 minutes from, well, I think it was like 30 seconds from the cover him, and it still counted. It's kind of like one of those situations where it's like, I couldn't imagine AJ was off of Reigns for more than 7 seconds. And Reigns kicked out, and I'm kind of like, really pushing that disbelief thing. And then Reigns wins with a spear, and I'm kind of like, granted, I mean, it was kind of a cool spear, but, you know, AJ's doing his phenomenal forearm, and Reigns is like, not in my house, and spears him. But I think the thing everybody should be talking about, and realistically, it's Seth Rollins coming back. I'm marked out. Because I'm going to be honest, after this match, I'm like, you know what? I'm a Reigns fan now. He's been killing it. I don't care if he's been getting the rocket push. You know, Randy Orton got the rocket push. I liked Orton. You know, whatever you want to say. Daniel Bryan got the rocket push after WrestleMania 30. Granted, then he feuded with Kane because they didn't know where to go with it. But Reigns, he's doing it. But Seth Rollins comes out, and I'm just like, oh, snap. Now, I'm kind of curious here, because that means we're going to get a Reigns-Rollins match, and I can't see Rollins winning it. So I kind of just sit here and go, whoa, we can't have Reigns lose, can't have Rollins lose. There's nothing going on with Dean Ambrose, and it's the end of May. So I'm like, you still have 2 pay-per-views. The timing just doesn't seem right. And I think, theoretically, they might as well have just saved Seth Rollins' return for Money in the Bank. Because then you could have had a match at the next pay-per-view, whatever the July pay-per-view is. And then that could have ended in Shenanigans Battleground, I think. That one could have ended in Shenanigans. And then with that, you could set up the Shield triple threat at SummerSlam that I don't really think should happen at SummerSlam. Might as well just save it for Mania, but that's just me. Realistically, though, this was a decent show. I think people will overrate it because Seth Rollins came back, and that's okay. That's okay because, you know, I was really into the moment. But well, here's how I'm going to do it, okay? Out of the 8 matches, 1, 2, 4 of them were good. One of the 4 was great, and that was the AJ Reigns match. But realistically, if you're going to go back like in a year or 2, the only matches that are going to matter here is going to be seeing AJ lose, because odds are he won't be getting another title match anytime soon. Just saying. And then the only other match that's going to matter is going to be the Asylum match. And that's only if there's another. This pay-per-view is going to be really forgettable. Like, honestly, I forgot how one of the matches ended already. So, not a bad pay-per-view. Not a great pay-per-view. I think, because I'm going to be reviewing every pay-per-view, I think I'm going to go with like a scale of 0 to 100 instead of, you know, like A, B, C, D, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars. So, I think, due to the fact that like 4 of the matches were really dull, and even one of the good matches was really dull, I'll give this show a 77, I think. Because realistically, all the good stuff that happened was the main event. And that's kind of sad, because everybody hates Reigns. What's wrong with you guys? But anyway, I guess I'm done here. Like, comment, share, subscribe. That's about all I got for you. So, peace out, home skillets.